us go to the 11th question. A parallel plate capacitor of capacitance 20 microfarad is being charged by a voltage source whose potential is charging at the rate of 3 volts per second. The conduction current through the connecting wires and the displacement current through the plates of the capacitor would be respectively 1, 0, 60 microamperes, 2, 60 microamperes, 60 microamperes, 3, 60 microamperes, 0, and 4, 0, 0. Magnitudes of conduction current and displacement current are equal. So, the second option, 60 microamperes, 60 microamperes is the correct option. Now, let us go to the 12th question. A 800 turn coil of effective area 0.05 meter squared is kept perpendicular to a magnetic field 5 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. When the current of the coil is rotated by 90 degrees around any of its coplanar axis in 0.1 second, the EMF induced in the coil will be 1, 2 volts, 2, 0.2 volts, 3, 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 volts, and 4, 0.02 volts. Now let us quickly solve this. Given N is equal to 800, A is equal to 5 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter square, and B is equal to 5 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. So these are the given data. Now we know phi 1 is equal to BA cos theta. So let us calculate phi 1 is BA cos 0. That is 5 into 10 to the power of minus 5 into 5 into 10 to the power of minus 2. And of course cos 0 is 1. So that would give you 25 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Webers. Next, let us calculate phi 2. Phi 2 is equal to BA cos 90, which is equal to 0. Because cos 90 is 0, so we know this is now going to be 0. Now, induced EMF E is equal to N into phi 2 minus phi 1 by T. Now substituting the values, we get E is equal to N is 800 into 25 into 10 to the power of minus 7 divided by 0.1, which is nothing but 0.02 volts. So option 2 is correct. The 13th question. The unit of thermal conductivity is 1 Jm k to the power of minus 1, 2 Jm to the power of minus 1 k to the power of minus 1, 3 Wm k to the power of minus 1, 4 Wm to the power of minus 1 k to the power of minus 1. Now we know that H is equal to Ka delta theta divided by L, or this implies K is equal to HL by A into delta theta. Now substituting the units, we know for H it is Js to the power of minus 1, for L it is M, and for A it is meter squared, and this is for delta theta is now going to be Kelvin, or now we know Js to the power of minus 1 is nothing but, we can substitute that as W m to the power of minus 1 k to the power of minus 1. So we can infer that option 3 is correct. Getting on to the 14th one. The radius of a circle, the period of revolution, initial position and sense of revolution are indicated in this figure. Y, projection of the radius vector of the rotating P is y of t is equal to minus 3 cos 2 pi t, where y is in m. Y of t is equal to 4 sin pi t by 2, where y in m. Third, y of t is equal to 3 cos 3 pi t by 2, where y is in m. And the fourth option, y of t is equal to 3 cos pi t by 2, where y is in m. Now let us quickly solve this. The particle is now rotating in the xy plane. Its projection on y-axis represents with an amplitude of 3 meters. Amplitude is 3 meters and omega is equal to 2 pi by 4, which is equal to pi by 2 radians per second. Hence, this equation is represented by y is equal to a cos omega t is nothing but y is equal to 3 cos, in the place of omega t, let me put it as pi t by 2. Now from the option we can see that it is the fourth option, 3 cos pi t by 2. So fourth option is correct. 15th one, the displacement of particle executing simple harmonic motion is given by y is equal to a0 plus a sin omega t plus b cos omega t. Then the amplitude of its oscillation is given by 1 a0 plus root of a squared plus b squared, 2 root of a squared plus b squared, 3 root of a0 plus a plus b the whole squared, and 4 a plus b. Let us quickly solve this. Now we know that y is equal to a0 plus a cos omega t plus b sin omega t, or y is equal to a0 plus r sin omega t plus phi. Now we know that r is nothing but root of a squared plus b squared. So the amplitude of the simple harmonic motion in y is nothing but root of, now we can see as you compare this with the equation, you can see the amplitude is now given by r, which is nothing but root of a squared plus b squared. So the answer amplitude of the simple harmonic motion in y is given by r is equal to root of a squared plus b squared. Hence, let's see which option is correct. Option 2 is correct. The 16th one, the correct Boolean operation represented by the circuit diagram drawn is 1 AND, 2 OR, 3 NAND, 4 NOR. Now, let us solve this. When all the bulb glows in section A, so now you can see that it has got two sections. Now section A and section B. Let us take it as section A and section B. Now, when all the bulb glows in section A, then the effective is now going to be, oh, I'm sorry children, the 16th one. Suppose A is 1 and B is 1. So when it is now going to be, when A is 1 and B is 1, you can see that no current is flowing. Therefore, Y will be 0. All of the cases you can see that there is current. Hence, Y is equal to 1. Therefore, it behaves like a NAND gate. So, option 3 is correct. The 17th question. 6 similar bulbs are connected as shown in the figure with a DC source of EMF E and 0 internal resistance, the ratio of power consumption by the bulbs when 1 all are going, 2 in the situation when 2 from section A and 1 from section B are glowing will be 1, 4:9, 2, 9:4, 3, 1:2, 4, 2:1. Now you can see it has been divided into two sections A and B. When all the bulbs in the section A glows, now you can see that all the three bulbs are in parallel. So let us quickly calculate that. So let me put it as P effective is equal to 3P, since they are now in parallel. This is going to be in section A. Same way in section B also, it is now going to be P effective is equal to 3P, because they are also in parallel. So that is also now going to be in section B. But you know that A and B are in series, therefore total power is equal to 3P by 2. If let P1 be equal to P effective, which is equal to 3P by 2, that is the total power. When two bulbs, now let us keep this as 1. Now, in the second case he says when two bulbs in section A and 1 is glowing in B. So let us take that as P2, which is equal to, let us calculate the P effective, which is now going to be, in this case it is now going to be 2P by 3. So therefore let us now calculate P1 by P2. P1 by P2 is equal to 3P by 2 by 2P by 3, which is equal to, P and P gets cancelled, so that gives you 9 by 4. Let's see which option is correct. Option 2 is correct. Coming to the 18th one. A hollow metal sphere of radius r is uniformly charged. The electric field due to the sphere at a distance r from the center increases as r increases from r lesser than r and r greater than r. 0 as r increases from r lesser than r, decreases as r increases from r greater than r. 0 as r increases from r lesser than r, increases as r increases from r greater than r, decreases as r increases from r lesser than r and r greater than r. Let us draw the graph to see this. Let us take E on the x-axis, E on the y-axis and r, the distance on the x-axis. Now we can see that after some time it will now decrease. Like you get a graph like this. For E is equal to 0, for R you can see that when R is lesser than R, you can see the electric field decreasing with R, and so that is when E is when R is lesser than R, you can see that E is equal to 0, and E decreases when R is greater than R. You can see that the value of E goes on decreasing. That is how the graph goes. So you can see that. Let us see which option is correct. Option 2 is correct. See, 0 as R increases. Yes, when as R increases, it is now going to be for all values of R lesser than R. And you can see from the graph, it decreases as R is greater than R. So option 2 is correct. Now going to the 19th one. The 19th question. Work done to raise a mass from the surface of Earth to a height h, which is equal to the radius of the Earth, is 1 mgr, 2 2 mgr, 3 half mgr, 4 3 by 2 mgr. Let us quickly solve this. We know W is equal to U2 minus U1, where U is nothing but the potential energy, which is nothing but, since this is now going to be raised through a height of R, let us take it as GMM by R plus R minus of minus GMM by R. It is now going to be raised through a height h. H is equal to R, so we have taken it as R plus H, which is nothing but R plus R. G is the gravitational constant. Mass, M is going to be the mass of the earth and M is the mass of the body. Now you can take the LCM and simplify this as, this will give you minus GMM by 2R. That will become minus of minus GMM by R. So on simplifying this, we get this is equal to GMM by 2R. Now we know G is equal to, GR squared is equal to, GR squared is equal to GM. Now substituting in the place of GM, you will get this to be W is equal to GR squared M by 2R. So 1R and 1R gets cancelled, so you get it as mgr by 2. So let's see which option is correct. Mgr by 2. Yes, mgr by 2. Option 3 is correct. Now let us go to the 20th question. An electron is accelerated through a potential difference of 10,000 volts. Its de Broglie wavelength is nearly what? M into E, where M stands for mass and E is the charge, is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg, is 12.2 into 10 to the power of minus 13 meters, 12.2 into 10 to the power of minus 12 meters, 3, 12.2 into 10 to the power of minus 14 meters, and 4, 12.2 meters. Let us quickly solve this. Now you know de Broglie wavelength lambda is equal to 12.27 divided by root B, which is equal to 12.27 divided by 100, which is equal to 0.1227 into 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. Or I can put it as 12.27 into 10 to the power of minus 12 meters. Let's see which option is correct. 12.2 into 10 to the power of minus 12 meters. So option 2 is correct. Now going on to the 21st question. In a double slit experiment, sorry children, this should have been 21st question. In a double slit experiment, when light of wavelength 400 nanometers was used, the angular width of the first minima formed on screen placed 1 meter away was found to be 0.2 degrees. What will be the angular width of the first minima if the entire experimental apparatus is immersed in water? Mu of water is given by 4 by 3. This is quite easy. Let us solve this. Angular width beta is given by lambda by d. Now, angular width in water, so beta W by beta A, where beta A stands for the angular width in air, is now, you can take it as lambda W by lambda A, d being common, it will get cancelled, which is nothing but mu A by mu W, because you know lambda is nothing but 1 by refractive index. Now substituting the values, beta W divided by 0.2 is equal to 3 by 4 into 1, or beta W is equal to 3 by 4 into 0.2, which gives you 0. On simplifying, you can see that it gives you 0.15 degrees. So which option is correct? Option 2 is correct.